Hi friends! In today's session, we are going to discuss in detail about the structure of the eyeball. So welcome back to F&M Labs. Let's talk biology. Now we are going to discuss about the last layer, the innermost layer, the retina. It is sensitive to light and it contains two types of sensory cells called rod cells and cone cells. Now let us look at a comparison between the rod cells and cone cells. The rod cells, they are called rod cells because their inner ends are rod-like or rod-shaped. They are very sensitive to dim light or low levels of illumination. They do not respond to color, and they detect shades of gray, and they are responsible for night vision, and they contain the pigment rhodopsin or visual purple is the name of the pigment. The rod cells are distributed almost throughout the retina, but they are mostly seen at the periphery or the edges of the retina. They are more in number, and there is only one type of rod cells are stimulated by most of the wavelengths of visible light, like shorter wavelengths, like green blue, but they are not stimulated by longer wavelengths of red. This rhodopsin, they rapidly regenerate, and so they can perceive the flickering light well. Flickering light is the light which keeps on going on and off rapidly. When this light goes off, the rhodopsin that is the pigment in the rod cells gets activated because it is this rod cells are sensitive to low levels of illumination. Then this rhodopsin becomes activated, and when the light comes on again, the rhodopsin disintegrates, and when the light goes off, there is a rapid regeneration of rhodopsin. As a result, with using the rod cells, we can perceive this flickering light well. Next, we're going to look at the cone cells. They are called cone cells because their inner ends are conical in shape. They are not stimulated by dim light. They are only stimulated or sensitive to bright light. They respond to color. They are responsible for color vision, and cone cells contain the pigment iodopsin, or which is also called visual violet. They are mostly confined to the yellow spot in the center of the retina. About the yellow spot, we will learn more in the coming sessions. Now, the cone cells mostly confined to the yellow spot, which is located in the center of the retina. Cone cells are less in number, and unlike the rod cells, cone cells are three types. Each of the three types are responsive to different wavelengths. The one type is the short wavelength sensitive cones, which are the blue sensing cones, the wavelengths of blue. Then there are the middle wavelength sensitive cones, which are the green sensing cones. Then the third type is the long wavelength sensitive cones, which are the red sensing cones. Because of the three different types of cone cells, they allow for color perception. The pigment in the cone cells, iodopsin, it regenerates slowly, and as a result, it is less responsive to flickering light. We cannot perceive flickering light well using these cone cells. In the night, when there are lower levels of light, we see everything in a shade of black and white or gray because cones which are responsible for color vision, they cannot function in lower light levels, whereas the rods which detect shades of gray, they function, but they cannot detect color. So in the night we see everything in shades of gray. Now we're going to discuss about the yellow spot. The yellow spot is called the macula lutea. Macula means spot and luteum means yellow. This yellow spot lies at the center of the retina. It is the part of the retina which is responsible for sharp central focused vision. The distribution of rods and cones is not uniform throughout the eye. The yellow spot is the area of best or brightest vision because it contains the maximum number of sensory cells, sensory cells, which are the rods and cones. With this, we come to an end to this session. We shall continue with the remaining topics in the next session. Don't forget to watch it and do subscribe to the channel to get updates. Bye for now. Have a wonderful learning time.